Welcome to the Cruise TV Canada, the show where we focus on the stories and people behind some of the most amazing rides on the road. I'm your host, Stephanie Lastoria, and on this episode we are at the 1011 half-mile racing event. 1011 allows drivers to push their vehicles to the limit in a safe and controlled manner on local airstrips. Half-mile racing allows for some of the fastest vehicles in the area to achieve speeds in excess of 200 miles per hour. This event allows local car enthusiasts to get together and experience the full acceleration and top speeds of their vehicles in a legal manner. Some of the custom builds we showcase on this episode are a 2021 Hellcat powered Dodge Durango, a 2016 Lamborghini Huracan with a twin turbo kit, and a 2017 Audi R8 with a twin turbo build. Stay tuned.
My name's Akash. I am one part of what is 1011. We are here at our August 24th event, which is our 6th event, doing half-mile racing. So we hold half-mile racing events in Ontario. And this all started as a dream during COVID, like many things did. Me and a friend were sitting around and just talking about car stuff and stories from our past. We're both car guys. We both grew up loving cars and tinkering and just a passion for all things fast. And he's from the UK and he was asking me why no one does runway racing. So I said, yeah, you know, it's cool. I see it in the US. There's TX2K, there's Shift Sector. He's telling me about something called VMAX out there that they do. And he's like, why doesn't it happen here? I said, I don't know, it's a good question. He's like, we should find out. And that we should find out question just spiraled. I was like, well, I do have one friend who's in the aerospace business. He works at Pearson and he has a lot of airport contacts. Let me give him a call. Called him. He didn't understand any of it because he's not really a car guy. He's like, what do you mean you want to put cars on a runway? That's where planes go. And I said, look, just trust me on this one. Find me an airport that's willing to say yes. And it was just off from there. And then we kind of just waited. He called around. He got a bunch of no's. A couple of people said maybes. We looked at it and it's like, you know, the runway wasn't the greatest shape. It was older airports type of thing. And then we found this place and we came and took a look. We said, wow, the place is massive. The potential is here. The runway was smooth. There's turnoff area, plenty of safety. And we said, yeah, let's do it. And then we had to sit down with the airport authorities and they said, okay, yeah, we love it. Here's a date 4 weeks from now. And we all just looked at each other. It's like, we got to figure this out. So threw together a social, came up with a name, and just ran with it. And 17 people came out that day. And we did it, and it was amazing. And, you know, there's something to be said about, you know, having a goal and just pushing through. That 4-week window, I still think back at it and it's just ridiculous. It's like in a month, we went from nothing to actually running the event safely, having cars out here, learning a ton and getting amazing feedback. We still have guys who show up every year from that first event. And it just goes to show that we were onto something, we were doing it the right way. We wanted to do something for the community, right? It's how do we throw an event that we would want to go to? Something that I would want to build a car for and go out to and participate and spectate. So that still holds true to how we do everything now. As we learn, as we evolve, as we partner with brands and as we bring on sponsors, we want to make sure they also feel the same way. They also have the same mindset. They're also the same kind of mentality of give back to the community, give back to the car community, and it shows. Like everyone here is super friendly. We have all different kinds of makes and models, all different kinds of careers, and it's great. It's a melting pot, and everyone's just here having fun. Everyone has a smile on their face. it's more than I can ask for. So it definitely takes a village to run something like this. It's not just a couple people that can put this together. The amount of time and effort and long nights that go into putting this together is a lot. So we have a ton of volunteers who come out to help. We have our spouses who are, helping us out, sitting next to us while we're on meetings and typing up plans and doing all kinds of stuff, figuring out socials. And then when it comes to figuring out safety, it's very difficult because you hear a lot about, we got some guys out lining up to race. You hear a lot about the bad side of automotive enthusiasts. You hear in the news, so-and-so was caught doing this much over the speed limit. So-and-so crashed doing crazy amounts of speed. Cars these days, just from the dealership, are crazy fast. It's not the kind of cars that our parents were growing up with and coming out and having, right? And then a little bit of modifications, these things are really fast. So having someplace where you can safely drive these cars that you work hard to own and you can enjoy was really, really paramount. So us finding this airspace, a big part of that was to make sure there was enough space for you to safely slow down. Cars we have, you guys will see or have seen already on our socials, are doing 200 miles an hour. From 0 to 200 miles an hour. To safely stop and control that vehicle, it takes a lot. Now, we wanted to make sure you're going for half a mile, you have half a mile to stop. And not just that, you have to half a mile to stop. If for whatever reason you can't stop, there's enough space for you to safely maneuver your car to somewhere where you can get it there, be safe, and your car can then be rescued from there. We have grass runoff where you can just slide off. We have at the end of the runway, it's a left turn. It's not a dead end where you have to come to a zero and turn around. So if you scrub off enough speed, you can turn and you can safely get out of the way. The other thing, we wanted to make sure that it is still active as an airport. So safety in that sense was also very important. So those of you who have been here, and as you will be seeing in the shot, our security lines and where we stage is strategically placed to make sure if in event of an emergency landing, we can get everyone off the runway really, really quickly. These are all the things that happen in the background that you don't really see on the socials, or you don't really see when you come out to spectate and participate. But that's because when you're coming to enjoy it, we don't want you to worry about that kind of stuff. That's what we need to worry about. And we want to set it up in a way where we don't ever need to use any of those safety buffers that we have. We don't want to call the paramedics out and have them get out of their car and come and call the fire truck or whatever it is. They're there, we don't want to use it. So, 1011, it got legs and it started running on its own. It has surpassed what we thought it would do in this short time period. So, we always had an engine, we always have a pipe goal. We see what people have been doing in the US with their events. We see what they're doing in the UK with their events. That's obviously where we want to scale this to. We want to be able to bring this to more people. This is a great location. Geographically, we would love to bring this closer to the GTA. It's a crazy thought, it's a crazy thing, but it's on my vision board. I want to do this at Pearson and say we're doing this at Pearson. So, end goal, reach for the stars, but we want to grow it. We want to grow it safely. We don't just want to explode it out and then, God forbid, have something happen. So we want to let it scale, but we want to control the scalability. But we want more people to come out and enjoy this. Bring out your cars, have fun, do it in a safe manner. If you like cars, just come out and hang out. Just have a good time, watch cars, everyone's super friendly. We have great people around. As you can see behind me, there's a huge, huge assortment of cars that come out. Just come on, have a good time.
We're here at the 1011 event. I'm representing right now CJI Performance, and I got a Hellcat Durango over here that's not so stock anymore. And I plan in the future to be the fastest one in North America. I bought this car brand new and drove it for about, I don't know, 500-600 kilometers, and it wasn't fast enough. So I wanted to make it faster, but I wanted to stand out of the crowd. I wanted to be, you know, the soccer mom car. Then everybody else have a regular size 2-door, 4-door sedan or, you know, car. I just wanted to be different. So we did a few upgrades to the engine to make it as powerful as it is, and we're running it right now at 1,000 horsepower to the wheels. We did a Whipple supercharger 3.0 and did some minor tweaks to the engine. We're running also ethanol fuel as well to get more bang for your buck, I guess you want to call it. And other than that, pretty much the engine's stock. I also did a lot of weight reduction on the vehicle to make it go faster. Pretty much all that's left is the dash, center console, and the driver's seat. I did 4G rims that have ribs on the outer edges of the tires so that the tire won't slip as much. It's better than putting B-locks on, because if you put B-locks on, it's just a matter of what breaks next, or break all at the same time. So I am planning to be the fastest one. I'm already the fastest one in Canada as we speak, but I would like to be the fastest one in US as well. There is already one that's around 7.4 seconds. I want to beat that in the near future. But by doing so, it all comes down to bigger, more powerful motor, maybe twin turbo. We'll see. Here at CJI Performance, we do mostly all Mopar platform vehicles to make them go faster, have performance, fuel economy as well. And it's been my passion ever since I was a kid. I actually started working on vehicles when I was 7 years old. And from there, I just wanted to learn more, do more, be the best, you name it. And if you ever want a Mopar of any kind to go fast, CJI Performance is where it's at.
Guys, I'm Tarek from RTO with my partners.
I'm Nick.
I'm Saf.
One of our first builds that we actually worked on was one of my personal cars. It's now one of our clients, this beauty. Beautiful S63. Coupe, yes, significant. But yeah, we pretty much built this car. It's full bolt-on, custom tuned. The car should be making about a healthy 650 wheel horsepower. It was tuned very mildly just for daily driving. And what the great thing is that within our shop and our network of Realm, it goes back to our customers. And when they see the builds and they see how much passion we put into builds, typically that's where our cars usually go. They go to customers. Yeah. First of all, we want to thank 1011 for letting us host today. Amazing, great event. We get to run some amazing cars, meet some great shops and some great people. But I think the nature of our business will always continue to grow because it's about us as the individuals really putting our passion and our hearts into everything that we do here. And I think the most important thing is that people know that we're here to work with one another and really just, push things to the limit and ensure that everyone has the greatest experience possible, because honestly, this is the kind of stuff that really gets us going, and we hope we can share the same passion across the world with others.
Yeah, you can find us on Instagram, you can find us on Facebook. We're starting a YouTube channel eventually. Just setting that up right now. It's a lot of our customer base is referrals. So a lot of the guys we had out today, it was one gentleman that we dealt with, and then his friends started showing up, and then his friends started showing up, and Before you know it, we're taking care of their cars, their wives' cars, their kids' cars, and most of their other friends. So we love referrals and service. We just like to give people what they pay for.
Yeah, and I'll put it this way, we personally don't put up an address on our Instagram account. Please DM us, because what we like to do is take the time to sit down with every single individual and really go through the necessary things. If it's not a quick service, if it's a build, if it's a tune, if it's just something as a simple downpipe. For us, the most important thing is education and educating every single client to ensure that we are satisfying their needs and they're getting the same thing, vice versa.
Hi, I'm Alejandro Barreiro. This is a 2016 Lamborghini Huracan with a twin turbo kit on it. And yeah, I don't know how I started all this. Since I was a kid, I always liked cars and racing and going fast, and with my friends always racing each other. I always liked it. I don't know, it's one of those things, it's one of my passions. Yeah, back in the day, when I was younger, I used to race with my friends, you know, not here in Canada, in another country, and but the cars back then, you know, they didn't have much horsepower, but, you know, we always drove as fast as we could with them, and it was just those Jettas, you know, like Renaults, and not very fast cars, but at the time it was faster, they were fast for us. But anyways, that's how I always enjoyed, you know, the speed and cars, just love cars always. So I picked up this car about 2.5 years ago. It has a twin turbo kit, so it's pretty fast. It's nice. I always loved the look of the Huracan, and but I never, you know, never got into it. I didn't have the money at the time, but then the right time came where I had the money to get it, and I was not gonna go bankrupt if I bought it, you know. And I also went through a very unfortunate thing with a family member, and that made me think about life in a different way, and it just like think how things can change so quickly, and you have to enjoy your life today and doing more of the things that you want to do, and I just had like another a change of you know, like an awakening to different things, and so I said, you know, I'm ready to do it right now, and I want something like this, and the car was for sale for a while. It didn't sell for a bunch of time. But during that time, most of the months were winter. But then when the right time came, I just said, okay, I want to do it now. The car was still available, luckily, because I love this car. I don't want to get rid of it ever. And then I just did it at the time, and I was so happy. I don't have any regrets, and yeah, just love the car, everything about it, and yeah, just. Yeah, so I always love to come here to 10-11 doing half mile, just because I have the car for it, and I want to run it, and I feel that I love the adrenaline and the feeling when you're going so fast, and you can do it here in a controlled environment. So I do this, I do road races and other events. So I take it to a bunch of events every year, and I always race in it, and I love to go fast all the time.
My name's Jared. I own Auto Motorsports. We sell parts online all over Canada, and we also build cars in-house. So this is my 2017 R8. It has full twin turbo kit, full fueling. It's running ethanol fuel. We do all the modifications in-house, and we show off like what we could do here at 1011 the half mile. So today we're aiming for probably around 210 miles in the half mile, which is pretty fast. The last event, we went 207. So that was the record here. So we'll probably try to reset that. Pretty much like a roller coaster ride. You're taking it like the whole way. The G-forces you get is like riding down like a roller coaster top speed all the way down, because you're pulling even like 1.5 Gs just from a roll. So it's pretty, and you got to keep it on the track. You got to keep it stable and make sure you hit the brakes right away and stop it. Yeah, so I was in cars my whole life because my dad had an auto shop. So then we kind of just took it to the next level, started selling parts online and doing like performance stuff in-house. So we kind of got away from the repair stuff and just do strictly performance. So my first car was also like an Audi S4, older one. So we started modifying that, and then ever since then we just pretty much stuck with Audi platform, but we do a lot of BMWs. Obviously, this car is the same as the Lamborghini Huracan. We do like RS3s, TTRSs, stuff like that. For the business, we might expand into like getting more customers out of the country, because for builds like this, like there's a lot of reach like from farther away, or even into Quebec. Because for our shop, it's mostly just local customers, but online it's like everywhere.
Thank you for watching this episode of the Cruise TV Canada. If you'd like to feature your car, event, or automotive business in future episodes, please reach out to us on our Instagram. Until next time, I'm your host, Stephanie Astoria, and we will see you cruising out on the open road.